What up, though? It's your man that goes by many names and monikers, and I want to welcome you to this special Kansas City Chiefs edition of Notoriously Opinionated. Special edition of Notoriously Opinionated. It's your man. I will return. Notoriously Opinionated will return February 7th, Wednesday, February 7th. Do not forget. Tune in, tap in, holla at your man. But welcome to Notoriously Opinionated, the special Chiefs edition, the AFC Champion Chiefs edition. We're going to the Super Bowl. I know a lot of y'all didn't think we would. I know a lot of y'all did not have the faith and the belief in the Chiefs, in the GOAT. That's right. I said it. You heard it here first. You did not have faith in the GOAT. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. I'm going to get into that whole GOAT conversation a little bit later because we got to have it. We got to have the GOAT conversation. You dig what I'm saying? It's inevitable, but we have to have it. And now is the time to have that conversation. But that's for a second. So we just lost defensive lineman Charles Omenihu is going to be out. He tore an ACL in the AFC Championship and won't be available for the Super Bowl. So that means that Karlaftis and Uzomah got to step up. Our young defensive linemen, this is why we drafted you. You know, you got Chris Jones, got Karlaftis on one side, Uzomah on the other side. They gonna reckon up havoc. You know, losing the Omenihu is a significant loss. But next man up. Y'all know what time it is. This is why y'all get paid too. You know, y'all want to be that next big thing. This is your chance to do it. The way that you make your name is in the Super Bowl. Those guys is gonna have to step up big because we will be down one defensive lineman. On to a little bit more of the pettier side of the upcoming Super Bowl. Kadarius Toney is talking to whoever will listen to it about how Andy Reid is lying about his injury and just has him on the sideline. Ben had him on the sideline for the last 5-6 weeks and that he has not been hurt, but he's on the injured list. Good. Good. That on the sideline at home is where you need to be. You trick. You dig? You have been tricking. You have been selling the Chiefs when you're on the field, right? If we would see last Super Bowl's Kadarius Toney that actually helped us, you would not be so upset about not getting the play time that you feel you deserve, even though when you touch the ball, you help the other team. That's all I'm saying. So I don't want to hear nothing out of you. I don't want to hear nothing about your injuries not really being injuries. I don't want to hear nothing from Mecole Hardman. Y'all need to be where y'all at. Stay where y'all at. Right? All this rant you doing on social media, nobody give a damn. You've been tricking. You've been selling. What do you think was going to happen? Right? So, I'm not upset about that at all because I had really high expectations for Kadarius Toney when we got him from the Giants. I was actually very happy when we got him from the Giants. But this year, oh my God, like that's the whole Kadarius Toney news. And if you start hearing about Mecole Hardman with some strange injuries, good. You trick. You've been selling too. Like super sale. So I'm not trying to hear none of that. Like I don't want. That was my only criticism of Andy Reid was when he gave Mecole Hardman the ball in a critical situation. Tossing it to him when every play is consequential. I'm not saying that, but some plays have more gravity. Some plays are bigger than other plays, and when he fumbled the ball at the end zone, oh my God, I felt so. And so That was really my only criticism, was not why did you give him the ball? Why did you give him the ball in that situation after he'd already fumbled? I understand you got to get confidence back in your team because we need everybody. However, I just don't think that was the time to do it, because that was. But we overcame it. It ended up being, was what it was. But he could have very easily cost us that game. Let's just keep it a buck. So them two, they can get the ball in between the 40s. Throw them the ball, let them do a trick play in between the 40s. Don't get them that ball in the red zone. Don't listen. It has got to be a play that you done got the Andy Reid from 2034 coming back in a hot tub time machine telling you that this play is gonna work. I did it. This play is gonna work. If the future Andy Reid don't come back in some hot tub time machine or some DeLorean, don't run that play. Don't get them boys the ball. Keep the ball in the hands of the ones that you know will come through for you, because they've proven it time and time again. Get the ball to Pacheco. Keep the ball in pass hands. Get the ball to Kelsey. Throw the ball to Rice. I'm even starting to regain my confidence in MVS. So yeah, get the ball to the ones that deserve it. Get the ball to the ones that have proven to you that they will catch it, that they will do something productive with it and not something destructive with it. That's all I'm saying. That's my notorious opinion. You can take it, leave it. Let's get to our coach, man. Andy Reid is getting into some he's already a legend. Andy Reid is already a legend. But statistically, he's getting into some really nice stuff. Like he's one of a few pairs of coaches who have gone up against each other in the Super Bowl at least twice. So you got Jimmy Johnson when he was going up against Marv Levy. You got Belichick when he was going up against Conklin. You got it was Chuck Noll and somebody else. Chuck Noll was going up against Tom Landry. It was Chuck Noll and Tom Landry, and now you got Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan. So the way that those games have gone before, the coach that won the first game also won the second game, which bodes very well for the Kansas City Chiefs, because the last time we faced the San Francisco 49ers, that is a Kyle Shanahan-led team, the Chiefs came out on top. So if history just keeps playing the way that it's supposed to play, the Chiefs are going to win this game, because even though San Francisco is a formidable team, they have a really good running back. The son of Ed McCaffrey is doing his thing. Ed McCaffrey's kid is doing his thing. They got two good, very good wideouts. Devo, nice. Ayukin, nice. They got a really good tight end as well. Kittle's a really good tight end. The problem for that is this. So they all kind of secondary players. They're all pass catchers. Because Christian McCaffrey is really a better receiver than he is necessarily a running back. And so a lot of his big plays come off of passes. And unfortunately for them, the Chiefs have arguably the best secondary in the league. We got one of the best defenses in the league, but secondary? Come on, man. Y'all ain't about to get none of that off. The Chiefs have now come on. Now their pass catchers are finally catching passes, which is a beautiful thing to watch. Because for real, this is the, talent caliber worst offensive team that Patrick Mahomes has had to lead. There is no Tyreek, there is no Sammy Watkins, there is none of those guys. You got got rookies, you have a veteran in MVS, and you got the greatest tight end of all time in Travis Kelce. But even he was tripping early in the season, you know. And I mean, if you were to ask Chiefs fans, not necessarily diehards, but just Chiefs fans, if they felt early in the season that the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl, they would say no. And these are some of the reasons they would cite. They would say the pass catchers aren't catching passes. Pat is not throwing the ball accurately. Kelce is tripping because he love struck. They would also blame the Swifties. And then we lost to the Raiders. Like, of the 3 bad losses that we had, those 3 bad losses, in my opinion, were Packers loss, the Broncos loss, and the Raiders loss. Those were 3 of the bad losses we had this season. Of those 3 losses, even though, you know, we have owned the Broncos since Obama was we've owned the Broncos quite some time. I think Obama really was president last time that they won a game. I don't know, man. Obama might have been president last time they won a game. They suck. I mean, they didn't complete a pass in the second quarter, like, and still scored points. Make that make sense. They didn't complete a pass. Then they're beyond the second quarter. Like, the Chiefs shut them down. Our defense on their offense, but our offense was playing offense for them. That was the wake-up call, says Andy Reid. Right? If you ask the diehard Chiefs fans, if we felt that the Chiefs were going to the Super Bowl, we would have said yes. And honestly believed it, not even on no bandwagon shit. Like, we really would have said yes because we believed in our squad. We believed in Pat, we believe in Kelce, we believe in the defense, we believe in Andy Reid. And we also understand that young teams need a whole season to gel. Young teams, you got a rookie that's leading the receivers. He needed a whole season to gel with Pat, and then they came on. Rasheed started looking like a first-round draft pick. MVS started looking like a true veteran. Kelce was no longer playing like he didn't want to disappoint his girl. Now he's playing like I'm going to ball out in front of my girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, those of you who played sports and played when your girl was in the stands, man, you wanted to impress her. But if you're nervous because she there, you playing not to mess up. But when you confident, then you playing the ball out. You know, that's what was the problem with Kelce. He was playing not to mess up and not playing the ball out. But then he started playing the ball out, and the team gelled because they needed him. They had to have him. So you ask us, we gonna say, hey, the team needs time to gel. The receivers need time to gel. Pat needs time to gel with these new receivers. We got to get rid of the ones that ain't working. So as soon as we get rid of the ones that's not really working for the offense and ride the ones that are working with the offense, Isaiah Pacheco, you know, as soon as we start riding our dogs, you know what I'm saying? As soon as we start riding the ones that can get us there, you know, as soon as we start believing in and giving the ball to the ones that can get us there and not giving the ball to the ones that have shown that they gonna sell us and trick, we gonna do it. We also gonna thank the Swifties. Which leads us to our secondary nullifies all them pass catchers because Christian McCaffrey is not a power runner. They do have a solid front four. Could it come down to what position would it come down to? Could it possibly come down to Mr. Irrelevant versus the 2-time Super Bowl MVP, the 2-time league MVP, the 2-time Super Bowl champion? That's exactly what it's going to come down to. You know, and if any of y'all think that Patrick Mahomes is going to lose to Mr. Irrelevant, you got life fucked up. I'm telling you that right now. No. I mean, and I'm not even taking nothing away from Purdy. Purdy has played 2 good seasons. You know what I'm saying? He's been admirable. I just don't see it. I just don't. And he's played well. I'm not even gonna front. Like, he has played well. You're gonna have to do some otherworldly shit to beat Patrick Mahomes and they Kansas City Chiefs. You know, it just is what it is. And why is that, you might ask? Why? Because Patrick Mahomes is now in the GOAT conversation. Like, it's been whispers like, it's been whispers, right? But now people are saying it outright. I'm saying it outright, right? And I know I'm about to get it from all of the Tom Brady, New England Patriots fans, but hear me out first. Number one, if you look at their first 6 years head to head, Pat got him in these first 6 years. The only thing, as of right now, as of January 30th, 2024, the only thing that Brady got him in, he currently has more Super Bowls, because at this time in his career he already had 3. Pat has 2, on his way to his 3rd one, right? So as of right now, before the Super Bowl, you know, Brady has 3 and Pat has 2. Afterwards, though, we will come back to this. But Pat has more regular season wins. He has more playoff wins. He does have 1 more playoff loss, but you could attribute that to a few things. He has more touchdowns, less interceptions, more AFC championships, and a higher QBR. If you just look at the trajectory of Patrick Mahomes' first 6 years in the league and juxtapose those with Tom Brady's first 6 years, Pat's ahead. Pat's ahead of where Tom was at this time. 1 point. Head to head, Pat never beat him. When we played the Patriots in the playoffs for the AFC Championship, when he was with New England, Tom beat him. When we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, Tom beat him. That's so the real championship GOAT conversation between them two will come down to rings. However, I'm saying unequivocally, unapologetically right now that from a skill level, from a skill standpoint, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time right now. That boy done does some things we ain't never seen in NFL history. We've never seen somebody look that way and throw the ball that way like he's Magic Johnson on the football. Oh, no, we ain't never seen that. We've never seen Magic Johnson on the football field. He's slinging it, you know, accurately. Come on now. So, from a skill standpoint, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all times. He's the GOAT right now, skill-wise. And the championships is coming. So, that just is what it is. That is my notorious opinion. You can take it or leave it. Shout out to them Kansas City Chiefs. This has been a special edition of Notoriously Opinionated. Kansas City Chiefs AFC Championship, soon to be 3-time Super Bowl championship, Kansas City Chiefs. Tune in to Notoriously Opinionated. The episode will air on Wednesday, February the 7th, 2024. If you want to tap in, if you want to be a part of the show, I already got my show format. And in that show, I will tell you why I stopped my show to begin with. I will tell you why I began it again. And I will tell you why I'm going to keep it going kind of regardless. All that will be talked about, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going in. There's some things that I'm going to talk about that are going to be controversial, but I'm going to give you my opinion unapologetically, you know. And we can debate, we can converse, we can do whatever you want. It don't make me none. It's your man that goes by a bunch of monikers and nicknames, and I'm out.